This right here is one room at WFMY News 2. And in this room, these people specifically, they have saved folks in our area $35,000 this year, not to mention a whole lot of frustration. This is a group of volunteers that takes calls and emails from folks who are having consumer issues. For example, I want you to see this right here. This is a garage. It gets wet every single time it rains because the builder poured the driveway incorrectly. Over here, this is the floor, kitchen floor. These are the spots of where it got damaged when a delivery company brought in a fridge and then scraped the floor in the process. In both of these cases, the people had been calling and emailing the companies, but the companies either wouldn't respond or just wouldn't take responsibility. And then Call for Action got involved.
Our usual process is to ask them first to supply us with some documentation to substantiate their case. Bill of sale, a purchase order, a contract. If we don't get this paperwork, we really can't do much for them because it's just a he said, she said, or she said, she said, or he said, and that doesn't help anyone's case.
He said, she said, she said, she said, he said all the things.
Very good.
Right?
Very good. Nice.
That's how it always works.
It's like a
Write
rap.
that down.
I know. Well,
like
I
a
think
rap.
though that people sometimes they email and they call and they're like, well, can't you do something? And we're like, we can, but where's your evidence?
The evidence.
Where is your documentation? Where is your paperwork? We do need that to solve an issue.
I had a friend call me about buying a car from a small used car lot. 3 hours later, she took it, the car breaks down, like right after she bought it. And I called Kevin Kennedy and he's like, documentation, if it was as is, it's as is.
Do you think people are just kind of so on edge, so ready to call that, you know, thinking about documents or evidence just kind of goes over their head?
I think that all of us, whenever we do anything in our homes, we hire someone to do something, we buy something, whatever, we're just thinking it's going to work out. Or if I need it, I'm sure they'll tell me this. Or, you know, I'm sure I'll be able to do that. But you have to be able to prove what is happening, right?
That's why paperwork is so important, right?
That's why paperwork is so important. The key to evidence is you have to have some sort of proof of what you're saying. It could be pictures or videos or your bills or a warranty. There are things that you probably already have, but you need to like keep those things and have those things.
So is it, think about this, is this really, I know it's rude sounding, if you're talking to a man who's saying, I can do this work for you, right? And you video him.
You can video him, but here's what I'll tell you. Everything needs to be on paper. If you have anybody who says, I'm going to fix this for you, I need you to write it down. I need you to say what time it's supposed to be done, what date it's supposed to be done, what the money that you put out, all that other kind of stuff. Otherwise, it really is something that that person just said.
And when you have the documents, keep it in a safe space.
Yes.
That's right. All right. So if you do have a consumer issue, friends, you can find the Call for Action complaint form. It is on our website. Just go to the 2 Wants to Know section. It's going to be right there for you. And do not forget that paperwork.